Good morning. Welcome to the online class. As usual, today I am going to explain a poem that is Unit 2. We are starting today. Unit 2, first poem, that is Punishment in Kindergarten, written by Kamala Das. This is about the childhood experience of the poet Kamala Das, which reflect the indifferent attitude. The poem is to highlight how to treat children carefully. You should understand the children's psychology. Here it is nostalgia. Nostalgia means the poet is remembering all her experiences in the past. Okay? Nostalgia, it can be remembrance of bitter, painful experiences or sweet experiences of the past. Okay? Experience of the... Now here in this poem, when she was a girl in her childhood, in the past, what was the problem? And after becoming adult, in the adulthood, in the present stage, how she feel? Okay? That's explained very clearly. Now all of you open your readers. I said already, if you want to understand very clearly, you should have the reader in front of you. Page number 21, you can see the poem Punishment in Kindergarten. There's a small introduction about the author. She was born in Kerala. So, her life, 1934 she born and died in 2019. Okay. And she wrote many books related to children problems and related to women's problems and all. She was highly influenced by her mother, Balamani Amma, and she published many short stories and novels in Malayalam under the pen name Madhavi Kutti. She wrote some of the poems on her other name, alias. Okay, Kamala Das alias Madhavi Kutti. So these are all her personal experiences. So what is the difficulty she faced when she was in school? That is explained very clearly in this poem. So introduction of the poet, we have done it, and this is about the, childhood experiences of the poet. What is the indifferent attitude of a teacher? So it is a lesson for teacher also. This lesson is very particularly how to treat the children. It is very important for the teachers. Okay. Here KG means kindergarten. We can call it KG. KG means nursery school. She explains an incident about the nursery school. It is the interaction between her teacher. So, how other students are laughing at her and how she felt for it. That is the main thing here. When she grown up, she should have forgotten that, but she has not forgotten. Just she was keeping in the mind. And to highlight how to, now finally, this is how to treat the children, because children are very sensitive. Here in the first stanza, in the few lines, at very in the beginning, about past. She was telling about वो दर्द, whatever pain she has got, वो याद करने का जरूरत नहीं है. She says, we need not remember the pain whatever we have got in the childhood. And she was telling, there was a lady, a blue fracked lady, that is her teacher of the Kamala Das, and it was a joyful day. But the joy was spoiled by her teacher. So, the first stanza I will read it. Please follow very carefully. Today the world is a little more my own. No need to remember the pain. She is telling. Now I have become adult. I am not a baby now. I am not a small kid. I am not going to nursery classes. But I have grown up. At this stage I need not remember all these things whatever happened. What was happened? A blue frocked woman caused throwing words at me like pots and paints. The teacher who was there at the time in the nursery class, she has uttered such words like throwing utensils, bartan. Here Pots and pawns refers to utensils. Okay. To drain the honey-colored day of peace. It was a very peaceful day. See, it was a comparison. Honey-colored day, very joyful day on that day. But what she said, the teacher, why don't you join others? What a peculiar child you are. The teacher said, why you are looking very strange? Why don't you go and mix with other people? She said. So, what happened on that day? On the lawn, in clusters. Strange means different from others. Peculiar means strange, means different from others. So, second stanza. On the lawn, and when these people, they went for picnic, they were sitting on the grassland. That's called lawn. In clusters. Clusters means in a group. Sat my schoolmates sipping sugarcane. All of them, they're just sipping the sugarcane juice. They turned and laughed. When the teacher scolded her like this, why you are sitting alone? Go and sit along with them. Okay? You are a peculiar child. What a peculiar child you are. Like that she has scolded. Then, when in the childhood, if someone is being, scolded, the other students, they started laughing. Children are funny things. They laugh. So they turned and laughed, all the children, other children. In mirth, they enjoy the joy at others' tears. Children, generally what happens, when other children are being punished, the other children, they will take it and they will feel joy. They will make a joy. So here similarly, mirth, M-I-R-T-H, mirth means joy. At that time, all the children started laughing at her. So she felt it was insult for her. I buried my face in the sun-warmed hedge. So she was, hedges means ped poda, small plants. She was sitting near to that. So she hided her face in that and smelt the flowers and the pain. So it was her condition. So generally some people enjoy at the tears of other people. So why? Because the teacher said, you are a peculiar child, unusual child. Hedges means झाड़िया. So वो झाड़ी का ऊपर सिर झुका के बैठा है. She was deeply hurt with the comments of the teacher. Then the words are muffled now. The words, whatever the words, the teacher said. Here muffled means it is using hard words. Okay, made her to feel a lot like dead. Okay, difficult to bear these words. Muffled now. The laughing faces only a blur. So the students, when they are laughing, she felt it is a blur. Blur means kalank. The years have sped away. All the many time passed like that. It was the, when she was there as a child. अभी वक्त गुजर गया. Our childhood is gone. ये पूरा बचपन के यादें. Okay. Then the time sped. The time was going on, and by that time she has become a adult. But ये छोटा सा बात जो है, जो पिकनिक का डे में हुआ, वो याद करने का जरूरत नहीं है actually. But she just remember because it was a great insult for her on that day. Sped away, stopping briefly at beloved halls and moving sadly on. My mind has found an adult peace. Now I have become an adult. I need not remember all these things. Now I should get the adult peace. No need to remember that picnic day when I hidden by a hedge, watching the steel white sun standing lonely in the sky. See, here it is a comparison. I am alone and sitting alone. Why I should feel for it when the teacher said even the sun is alone. He is giving light to us. There are no other friends for him. He is alone. So this is a small comparison. Okay. जो ऊपर आसमान में अंदर सूरज जो अकेला है. Okay. It is symbolic to loneliness of the child. At the ending of the poem, it is a small symbolic comparison. It is given comparing to the loneliness of the child. I hope you understand this small poem. It's not at all difficult. So here some of the poetic expressions are there given by the poet. These are some metaphors are there like honey colored day, joyful day. So some images are given, blue fract. So this is called hyphenated words. When you put some hyphen in between the words, we call it hyphenated words. What are the hyphenated words? Like that, blue frocked, honey colored, steel white, sun warmed, all this. There is a personification. What is the personification? It is the figures of speech. See, generally for living beings, we use something. For non-living things, we use some other words. But here, for non-living things, it is used. The years have sped passing. The years is non-living. So, it's called personification. The animated things, we can say. So, this is the small poem, and some of the question answers I can refer from here. Today the world is little more. What does mean little more compared to? See, please see your page number 23. There are some small questions are there. These are for 2 marks questions. The poet is nostalgic. Nostalgic means, I said, remembering the previous things, whether it is joyful or painful things. Childhood days. She is always from painful experiences like the kindergarten. As an adult, she is in her own happy world. So at that time in the childhood, she was having a very bitter experiences, very painful experiences. But now at present, as an adult, she was very happy. It is her own happy world. Who was the blue frocked woman and what did she do? The blue frocked woman was her teacher. And she scolded her. Why? Because she is not joining with other students. The poet uses several expressions such as blue frocked, honey colored. Find out what such hyphenated words are called and how they are used. Just now I said, the expressions like blue frocked, in between you are having a hyphen, and honey colored, etc. reflect the dominating and pressing feelings. They used as part of exercising, all these things. Why was the speaker called a peculiar girl? What was the peculiar about her behavior? When all the students were enjoying, taken to picnic, the girl, that means Kamaladevi, the poet, did not join with others. She kept away from the company of the students. She was expected by a teacher to join with others and enjoy the day. But she was not doing so. She said, you are peculiar, you are strange. The speaker says, children laugh on myth of others' tears. Do you agree with this? Yes, the girl became sad at the harsh words of the teacher, but the laughter by the children made her sadder. She thought that they would have consoled her rather than laughing and insulting her. She expected, when the teacher scolded this girl, what she expected? She expected that all the other children will come and join with her and they will console her. They will say, no, don't worry, a teacher is like that. But they didn't say anything. They started laughing at her. So it was an insult for this girl. So the next question, 6th question. Look at expressions such as throwing words like pots and pawns. See, this speech, what is it? Find out the difference between the literal and figurative language. The words at literal level convey the general meaning. When they are used figurative language, that means as a figure of speech, the intensity of the meaning and the seriousness of the situation is more. Then 7th one, the speaker says words are muffled. What is the meaning of muffled? Face is only a blur. What she is referring? She remembers how she experienced both joy and sorrow of life. The long passage of time has taught her many things. She is no more a lonely individual as she used to feel when she was a child. Then 8th question, what do the lines "the year sadly on" mean? They come to conclusion that there is no need for her to remember the picnic day, where she hid her face in hedge watching the steel white sun that was standing lowly in the sky. 9th question, the speaker says that there is no need to remember in the first as well as the last stanza of the poem. Is she referring to the same things? There is a difference in the meaning. After many years, she has grown into an adult. She has only a faint memory of the blue frocked woman and the laughing face of the fellow children. Last question. In the last stanza, the son is remembered as being lonely. Is it any related to the speaker's own condition? Yes. They are the sad days and sad moments which have disappeared from her mind. And absolutely, there is no need to recollect those days. So these are the 2 marks questions. And for the long answers, essay question, I will send the summary or I will send the exact answers in PDF. I will put it so you can copy it in the notebook and you can learn it. If you have any doubt, please call me or you can put it in the group. And also I am planning to conduct the class, online class, Google Classroom. So last time when I called, only few students have joined. Again, I'll give the time when to join, so that whatever you don't understand and whatever doubts you have, I can clarify and explain the things, including grammar and other things. Thank you. Wish you happy learning. It is a small poem. Everyone can understand easily. Thank you.